I'm hearing sirens in the distance, but it could be people laughing, could be people having fun. Woo! Woo! Can't tell. Don't know. I got myself. Look at my skin. I'm getting old. All of us are getting old. We're all biological robots, and this vessel will not last long. The body has an ability to regenerate itself. Implanted within each of these cells is the information on how to rebuild itself, and every single time it's not as perfect as before. And that is how we age. That is how we grow old and die. Perhaps genetic research will go into ways to get into the gene and change it so that when it regenerates itself, it will be more perfect than even before. It's about preserving what was once there. But do we really want that? Our population control is not sustainable. We have plans, global plans, for sustainable Earth. We need a lot of people to die. There's not enough natural resources. Then again, maybe they're lying. Maybe there are enough natural resources, and the Earth could fit 60 million, billion, trillion people. You can only take care of yourself. You can't trust them. You have no choice but to trust them, because they're in control. They have control over you. They own you. But you are still free to decide until they find you, until they come looking for you. Keep the contracts alive and moving. We don't gotta burn the books. We just remove them. Smoking causes cancer. Are you concerned about cancer? Why do they sell cigarettes in stores if they're so bad for you? You know, I hear THC is good for fighting cancer. This has not been verified. Why don't they sell THC in stores? It seems that there's... I don't want to base my logic completely on this, but it seems that they want to sell you things that hurt you. Or are we willing to buy things that hurt us? And the things that help us, the free things that help us, are being suppressed. And they're offering ways to help us that are increasingly expensive. And they're coming up with plans to help us to... The healthcare thing, what's with that? You know, you have any one person and it goes to the hospital and it takes tens of thousands of dollars, maybe hundreds of thousands. Where's this money coming from? Where is it going? He's going to pay the salaries of these guys, and it has to go to pay for the equipment. But who gets to choose which equipment we get? Who gets to choose what hospital it goes at? Maybe they could have bought this strip of land right next door that would have been cheaper. Who's controlling the costs? And that is why I must be an economist. I need to get in there and help you make them make rational decisions, so that when they extort the money from you, and they are extorting it, because if you don't give them your taxes, see how long you can get away with that. They're putting it to public use. But are we... Not everyone in the public utilizes these things, so why not give us a chance to opt out of the system? Ron Paul wants to do that, but I don't trust Ron Paul. Some of the things he say are too good to be true, but he leaves a lot of things out. For example, if you abolish the Federal Reserve, it puts you in a good position for the IMF to take over. And when the IMF takes over, then we're under the same thing we were before, but it's global. At least the good thing you can say about the Federal Reserve is that they are a private institution that answers to no one. Abolish the Federal Reserve and bring it back to the Treasury, where Congress can vote on the money and how it goes. It won't be long before we reach into bankruptcy again. We need to pay off our previous bankruptcies. The last bankruptcy was in the 30s, when we put up all the citizens as collateral for the debt. That's why the birth certificates. And then in the late 1800s, they did this thing where they put up all the land as collateral. That's why you have to pay property taxes, because even though you think you own the property, the land is owned by the government, and they can take it back at any time. And before that, there was supposed to be some other bankruptcy, and I don't know what we put up. Probably whatever other shit that we So, you first you have all your shit, then you have the property, then you have the people. What's next to pledge for further bankruptcies? Our grandchildren? The promise of having grandchildren? They say smoking causes cancer. But maybe cancer wouldn't be possible if we were completely nourished. They don't educate us on nourishment. Remedial math and science are required courses. Gym is a required course. In some cases, lunch is a required course. But why not nutrition? Why not basic law? Why not all the things that all of us supposedly have contracted into unknowingly with the issuance of the birth certificate? Being a citizen, there's a lot of things that come with a citizen. And they say, why don't you take a civics course? Why not be required? Well, why not get rid of basic science or basic math? Not everybody needs that stuff. It's obviously helpful and it's good. You should know basic math and science, definitely. But these days it's not as important as basic law stuff. Did you know that you're not allowed to take your trash out before a certain time? I got a ticket in the mail a week or two ago for taking the trash out too early. So the state has a financial interest in this now, because now I'm going to be required to pay court fines, and if I don't pay them, they're going to put me in jail. I have to pay them. That's extortion. That's extortion. I do not agree to this contract. If you don't like it, don't be a U.S. citizen. Well, where am I going to go? You will never be free as long as you are on this planet. Only in the spiritual jurisdiction. You have to hold on, you have to believe, you have to come up with something to believe, and you have to hold on to this and believe that you're free. What's that guy, Goff, said? None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free. Well, how's it false if you know? Because that's the whole thing with religious people and spirituality. They like to say they know. How do you know? I just know. How do you know? I just know. See, the thing is, like, with the spiritual realms, you'll never be able to find evidence of it as long as you're stuck within this physical universe. You must abide behind the laws of physics. The spiritual realm is above that. You do not need to be confined to the laws of physics. If you do not believe me, use your imagination, dream. You will surely defy the laws of physics in another dimension. Every thought, every imagination gives birth to another dimension in which there is a whole universe, a big bang, and all evolution that requires to get to the point where this world is created. From your perspective, it is only a dream within the imagination of yourself. But to the characters in that world, it is just as real as you think this world is over out here. But you're only a dream within the imagination of your creator. They say smoking causes cancer. Let's see what this guy is up to. Alright, so we got Rob Tyne in here. What's going on, man?
And if I can make it work for you, that'd be great. By the way, I don't know what kind of condition it is. Up in that side where Dave worked.